いらっしゃいませ。一人10円ください。
はい。
安いね。
うん。
これは100年前にロダンさんが作った。
すごい。
これは1000年前の絵だよ。
本当に？
あ、ごめん。200年前だね。こっちに何がある
2000円ください。
はい。すごい。こっちに入る？
うん。
3000円ください。
はい。きれい。
こっちに入る？
うん。
1万円ください。
うん。はい。
わあ、これが欲しい。
100万円ください。
いや、結構です。
わあ。
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the
No deal.
Lesson 10 live stream. I hope you're having a wonderful day today, whatever day it might be for you. I think you should be able to hear me now. Hi.
はい、ありがとうございます。もう今日はテクニカルディフィカルティが続いて
Technical
おり
difficulty
ます。
だらけだな、
ね
今日。Nothing but technical difficulties today. Let's get Yuki a little more focused.
本当？あ、こっちのカメラが。
はい。
でも昨日チェックしたんだよね。
Focus じゃなくて zoom.
ありがとうございます。
はい。Anyway, how's everyone doing today? Come to Japan Dan says, love Yuki's angle. There we
ありがとう
go.
ございま
Welcome
す。
to stream, Kamish. Welcome, Yadiel, Andres, Josh. Oh my gosh, this is adorable. Bedtime journeys.
ね。
Bedtime's journey. Ohayo gozaimasu. Lee,
おはようござい
Leia.
ます。
Ohayo gozaimasu. Alex says, take all the time you need. I'm still not home for my son's baseball game. Hope you're enjoying the game with
Ne.
your son today.
本当だよね。いいね。サンズベースボールチーム、ベースボールゲームいいね。
ね。はい。みんな、今日、どんな天気ですかね? How's the weather where you guys are at today?
あ
Gloomy and muggy here. Thus this.
ーね。
This is the only shirt I have that's good for this kind of weather.
アロハじゃん。こういうやつだよね。
そうだね。
いつ
そういう
も
やつ。
マウンテンキューのマスターやってくれる。
そうだね。はい。
マハローってやつだこれ。
Hi, so the pictures today. Have you guys been able to figure out what's going on in all of
Hi.
these? We've got Yuki's over there.
うんうん、うん。
And this is mine in
こ
front
れ
of me,
ね。
obviously, right here. Take a look at Yuki's first.
はい。
Andy is saying
キウイ。
Kiwi. And Yuki's saying
キュウリ。
暑いんだって。
暑いんだ。
晴れ、いい天気ですよ。いいね。I'm in Atlanta. I think it's similar to the southern Japanese weather. Gotcha.
おー。
あ、
あ、
there's another type of kiwi.
そうちゃんと書いておきましたから、ここにも。みんな気づいてた、ここ。
あ、気づいてなかった。
これなんだかわかる？
全く見る暇もなかった。
これ。
あ、カッパ？
うん。そうです。
Your shirt has a kappa on it.
そうなんです。
So, I think Yuki wanted to tell you guys a little bit about some interesting stuff that's been happening with these two words.
ねえ。
Kiwi and cutie.
まあ
ね
夏だからね、今日本ではこのニュージーランドからのキウイがね、いっぱい入ってきてるの。スーパーマーケットにいっぱい売っていま
The
す。
supermarket is full of kiwis from Kiwiland, from New Zealand. Kiwis usually are picked more towards the fall,
そうそ
so
う
they're
そ
not
う。
really native to Japan at this time of year. But we're getting lots from New Zealand, nice and cheap. So,
そう。 でこれはこれじゃないね、これキウイ。
Kiwi. That's how you say
Kiwi.
Kiwi or
そう
kiwi fruits.
うん。でこれ今夏になってきたシーズナルのベジ。
Seasonal veggie for this time of year is
ね、キュウリ。
cutie. Does anyone know what that is in English? Let us know. ダメ。ユキはカウントしないぞ、そういう時。はい。
そうこれアンディが結構面白いエピソードがありますので、これ。
So, I have interesting, not just one, every time. So we made a little, in the backyard, we made a little stand. We're going to grow a kiwi tree. And a couple of people in the local area have asked, like, what we're going to do with it. And I'm like, oh, we're going to grow kiwi. And they're always like, eh? Cutie? Cutie? I'm like, kiwi. And they're like, kiwi fruits ne. So it seems like I'm either having a hard time pronouncing kiwi or the older people here
キュウリ。
can't say kiwi themselves.
そうだってアンディはなんかいつもキウイじゃなくてキウイって言うじゃん。キウイ
Instead of kiwi,
そうそうそう。
kiwi, it sounds like I'm saying kiwi, which is closer to the English. And for some reason, kiwi to Japanese ears sounds like cutie. Kiwi, cutie. I don't know how those come together, but when I say kiwi instead of kiwi, people hear cutie.
でも私のおばあちゃんはまだキウイフルーツのことをキュウリフルーツと言っていますね。
Yuki's grandmother still to this day, she's like 80 something, calls kiwi, the type of fruit, kiwi fruits. She calls them cutie fruits. So cucumber fruit is what old people here think
ね。
kiwis are. Cucumber fruits. That's what they think. So
はい。
lots of confusion there every time.
そうみんなもキウイフルーツとキュウリを食べたいときは気をつけてください。
Please, yes, indeed. And then there's this picture. What do you guys think about this? Cucumbers. It's coming to Japan, Dan, and Petrograd. Nice job. Yes.
はい。
アンフィーさんの花のシャツは
アンディさん。
アンディさんね。アンディさんの花のシャツはとてもかっこいいですよ。ありがとうございます。Maybe it's the speed. Weighing kiwi in English sounds a little fast to make cute to Japanese ears. Apparently, I just can't katakana today. LOL, still didn't get it. All worried. No worries. Fruits sando. Although actually, that's probably fine.
キュウリフルーツサンド。
If it was kiwi, it would be fine. Lightning bugs,
Cutie
aka
fruits,
fireflies.
ね。
Yes, that is correct. These are indeed lightning bugs. And in Japanese, they are called hotaru.
はい。
Hotaru. Hotaru are people love them here. They're less common than they used to be because of light pollution and stuff like that. We saw a few last night when we were walking to the store outside this house. また雪が動いた。
また雪動いた？
でも雪が動いたんじゃなくてこのカメラが雪全然映ってないね。大丈夫。俺は返します。
雪こっち側か。はい。
大丈夫大丈夫。これ帰るよ。はい。So it's a little late for Hotaru season. だよね。
いや、
なんかちょっと前回書こうって言ってたら雪はなんで雪が
それはね、
もう6月だって言ってたんじゃ。
それはそのネタバレになっちゃうんですけど、シーズナルのイラストのアイディアを考えてて、
そうだったわ。はい
そう、
はいはいはい。
それをシーズナルイラストをウェブサイトでリリースしてるんですけど、それのシーズナルのイメージをホタルにしようかなって思ってたの。
なるほどね。はい。Okay, so that's a different issue. Aosabi says that one on the left looks like a jet with an afterburner engaged. Oh yeah, this one right here. Eh? I can see that for sure. Tambo is the best insect. Tambo? はいはい。トンボかな？
田んぼじゃない？ あ、トンボか。
Tombo, I think is what you're looking for. Tambo is a rice field, but
そうだ、この
tombo
人ドラゴン
tombo is
フライさ
dragonfly.
んだもん。ドラゴンフライさんだもんね。この PHF PHF じゃん PH フライさん。うん。
Tombo is the word you're looking for there.
はい。
So. But yeah, this one definitely looks like a jet with the burner going. I got mixed up in my bad. All good. Easy one to mix up. Anyway, today, as you saw, we're going to be going over the lesson 10 words and kanji, which Dan took part in the Animal Crossing world we created. We did a lot of
今日クイズなし？
quiz ありだよ。
あ。
でも今日何するか説明してるんだけです。
はい、お願いし
We're
ま
going to
す。
be going over words with money and things like that, so some bonus quizzes will come along with that. But before we get started, as usual, it's time to get started with the quiz for today.
うん。
Yeah. So who's gonna go first? Is it gonna be me or Yuki? First, we're gonna have to erase these beautiful pictures.
うん。アンディが消していい。私はこれキープしたいんで。
あ、そうはい。それキープしたいんだ。
あ、そうとか言って。
カードはどこに置くんですか？バイバイ。
カードは、
うん。
そうですよね。カードをどこに置くか。
アンディー
ちなみにね、みんなに言ってなかったんですけど、このキュウリに、
はい。
味噌マヨネーズというディップソースはもうベリーマッチ、ベリーグッド。
Yuki wants to
Very good.
recommend to you guys a dip made from miso and mayonnaise. That's it. It's just miso and mayonnaise. It's about like 30 to 40% miso and the rest mayonnaise. And it's a great dip for any kind of vegetables. Pretty much anyone that tries it loves it. I've never met someone who was like, ew, this is gross. Everyone's always a big fan. So,
そう。
highly recommend that.
うん。ぜひ試してください。
All right, so these are today's cards. And we're going to jump in. We'll do 10 words to get started from all of the kanji that we've learned so far. So please, after I put a word on the board, write out the word in hiragana, katakana, or romaji if you can't type in Japanese yet. I recommend using Japanese mayonnaise. I have tried it with regular mayonnaise from like America or New Zealand, and it's okay, but it's not quite the same.
でも結構ね、美味しいよ、それでも。ジャーのやつね。ジャーのマヨネーズも結構美味しいです。
田んぼでトンボがいます。田んぼにトンボがいます。いいね。
田んぼに
Let's
ト
take
ン
a time
ボ
lapse
が
of
いる
Yuki drawing these
か。
pics. Haha. That'd be cool. Hi, so the first word for today is going to be this one. お願いします。
おー。
I see it comes out at that point. Let's speed that up. Playback speed 3.
こういう感じだよね。この。
Kappa. Make a Yuki Draws channel. That could be interesting. Hi, Josh Hatcher is correct. Andres is also not quite. Come to Japan Dan is in second with Ian in third. Andres gets there in fourth. That is correct. Rosa, welcome to the stream in fifth place. Five Toes Sloth Bear, you are correct in sixth place.
Hi.
Very good job. I guess we should be putting this one on there so you can see it a little bit bigger. For those of you who aren't sure, I'm sure that doesn't make much of a difference, but all right. Zoomed in on that. We're going to be moving over to Yuki's now. Let's see what she's got for us. Ichigatsu. Yeah, there you go. Montana Margo is in seventh place with Ione, or Lone. I'm not sure which. Do we give you 8? Not the Ichigatsu.
いきます。
はい。
じゃん。
You can see Yuki 堂々とチートしてるんだよね、そっちで。
もう堂々とチート。ここのさ、カーテン閉めた方がいい？
ちょっと閉めた方がいいかもね。
ちょっとブライトアウトですよね。
はい、Yuki's gonna call out the correct. 全体的には閉めなくていいんですよ。ちょっと開けっぱなしにしてお願いします。それぐらいでいい。いろんな人答えてますよ。
アンドレス1番合ってるよね。アンドレスだよね。
合ってますよ。
はい、1番その前だよね。はい、アンドレス1番、ファイブトートスロースベア2番、ロー3番と、ジョシュさん、惜しい。O が多いんだよね。O がちょっとトゥーマッチ O です。モンタナマーゴ、惜しい。曜日じゃないです。
Yobi is for the day of the week, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And this is the number of the month, so you got a different word for that. はい。
はい。
Come to Japan Dan は
Come to Japan Dan 4番。
はい。
はい。I almost wrote 10月 because I still confused those kanji って書いてある。そう、ちょっと難しいよね。トリッキーワンを。
ちょっと似てるね。
うん。
似てる。Alright, very good job. We're going to have to pop over to mine today. Maybe not too many people ready for the quiz.
あれ答え言わなくていいこの10日、
10日
で
is
し
the correct
た。
one. Okay. Our next word for today will be this one. This one should be easy, right? Maybe. We'll see. Let's see what we got. and tsuki hi. My brain confuses. Ne. Hi. Even I just did it right now. Looking at the fonts look almost the same. Hi. We've got Andy in first place with itsu. Not quite.
惜しい。惜しい。
I mean, it is correct. You just missed an oo there, eh? We'll give it to you, though, Josh. In second place with Andres in third. Josh came back. Okay, we'll give Andres second, Josh third. Five Toes Loft Bear gets there in first. Come to Japan Dan gets. We'll give you fifth place, and Ro is in sixth place, and Montana Margo is in seventh place. Very good job. That is indeed itsutsu. Very good job. That is the fifth day, or not the fifth day. It has nothing to do with days. That's 5 items. 5 items. Hi, moving over to Yuki.
はい、いきます。じゃん。
おー、いいね。
どうでしょう。ちょっと難しいやつピックしすぎ？
いいんじゃない？
チャーズ1番。トン、ちょっと読めない。トンズ
W
さん2番、アンドレスさん3番、ファイブトートスロースベル4番。ジョシュ惜しい。ジョシュさん惜しい。イアン D さんちょっと待って。5番、イアン D さん5番。カムトジャパンダン。まあ OK にしようかな。OK 途中まで OK です。5.5 番ぐらいにしとく。
そんな困る。
モンタナマーゴ6番。トンズダブルさんなんだ。トンスダブルっていう読み方なんだ。はい、ありがとうございます。
W だと思うよ。
W？
うん。
トン
W？ダブルでいいか。
トンスダブル？
はい。
どっちかな。ローさん惜しい。ローさん、それはアイテムのカウンターですね。パーソンのカウンターはちょっと違いますね。
Not quite. So, hitori just means one person. Hitori de means to do something alone. The de means via one person. So, alone is what that would translate to in English. 二人で is as a group of 2. 三人で is as a group of 3. So, you're including yourself if you're talking about yourself. If you're not talking about yourself, you don't include yourself. But anyway, yes. That is just hitori. はい、どうした？
今日さ、今日ボーナスクイズめっちゃたくさん作ったんですよ。
ありがとうございます。
だから最初のクイズちょっと少なめにしとく？
別にいいよ。
いいの？
はい。Moving over to the next one, we've got
めっちゃあるよ。かわいい。なんか人増えてる。ローさん正解だ。1人いいですね。
Not quite. Andres, that is correct. Hi, 合ってます. END is in second place. We've got Five-Toed Sloth Bear in third. Excellent job. Come to Japan Dan says, 来月は8月です. That is correct. We'll give you fourth place for that. Excellent job. No idea, says Josh Hatcher. We'll get you there. Montana Margot is correct in, I believe, fourth place. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth place. Excellent job. Okay, so we got a few people that aren't sure of this one just yet. We'll give it to you. We've got, well, what you've already seen everyone say it.
そう、来月。
来月. And that means next month. 来月. Ro-san, that is correct. We'll give you sixth place for that. 来月. Next month. So the coming, that means to come, month. The coming month, we'd say next month. 来月. 残念ね。新しいじゃなくて来年。My N5 looks so similar. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, mine do too sometimes. I gotta work on that again. I did pretty good on the video where we, yeah, that looks like a 5. I gotta practice that.
いや、離れてれば大丈夫。一応5にはならないんですけど。
まあそうだね。はい、moving over to Yuki.
はい、いきます。じゃん。ちょっとトゥーファーなのかな、私。もうちょっとフォーカスっていうかズームした方がいい？
した方がいいよ。
はい、ここまでだった。
はい。早い。
はい、早い。チャーズ1番、アンドレス2番、ジョシュ3番。お、ファイブトールスロスベアはコンフュージングアバウトラですね。モンタナマーゴ4番。ファイブトールスロスベアは5番。いいですね。
はい。
あ、ローさん6番。
いいね。
結構みんなありがとうございます。結構早いみんな。そして正確。
はい。
あ、カムトゥジャパンさん7番。これなんて読むの？レイ？
I think it's Leia.
Leia?
I think so. I can't remember. Let us know if we're getting it wrong there. I
す
believe
いませ
Leia
ん。
でいいよ。
読めなくてすいません。
はい。それより何番
？7番です。
8番じゃないですか。
そう、マジで8番です。
1、2、3、
カムトゥジャパン
4、5、6、7、8番ですね。
しまった。失礼しました。
はい。The next one is Lee. Okay, just Lee.
なんだ。
はい。Moving over to
8
my
番
one,
です。
we've got. I got a better da here.
あ、そう、答えをさ、毎回教えてないけど。
何？昔から教えてないよ。
はい、教えてない。
だって私たちは何番って言ったらそれが正しいってわかるじゃないですか。
まあそうだよね。おほほほ。
Ping pong! Chaz is correct with. Hi, that is correct. Aosabi, not quite. Ending, welcome to the stream, but not quite. Not quite. Super close. Andres gets there in second place. See if you can figure out what's wrong with the other ones. We've got Tones W in third place. Ro in fourth place. Excellent job. You got some time. And Five Toes Sloth Bear is there in fifth place as well. Montana Margot. Super close. Super close. Super close, but not quite. It's very common to type this second one as
そうだね。
Ju, because Ju is 10 is just Ju, Ju. But before hahihuhe or ho, hahihuhe ho, you need to make this u into a small tsu. So juppum, juppum. 20分ね。All right.
はい。
Okay, 20 minutes. I get it now. 2 plus 10 part kanji. That is correct. 20分. That is correct. Josh, how do y'all type so fast? Is ARM51. How does everyone type so fast? I wonder. Maybe lots of practice. Maybe games that make you type? I don't know. Let's see what Yuki's got for us.
はい。ちょっとこれはコンペティションがなんかハードになっちゃうんですけど、行きたいと思います。
はい。
みんなライブしてね。ライブ。はい。
おー。
こ この ED2 タイプ。はい、アンドレスさん1番。カムトゥジャパン2番。あ、チャズ惜しい。トンズ W 惜しい。ジョッシュさん意味合ってる。Meaning is correct です。ファイブトードスロスベア3番。ローさん4番。デジタルホロジーさん惜しい。エンリンさん、惜しい。このクンリーディングだけですね。
そうそうそう。
D さん、fire って書いてある。fire、meaning は合っています。meaning is good。違いますね。じゃないですね。
For those of you who are new here, when we do this quiz,
ジョシュさん5番。はい。
When we do this quiz, we're asking for the word that we learned in the series, not the reading of the kanji on its own. So we want the word. So this is a word, not just the reading of the kanji. Ka is a way you can read it when it's part of other words, like kaji. The word is kaji, right? For a fire, like an event, a fire accident, a house fire, things like that. So that's how you'd read it in that. But the word on its own, just this kanji, is not ka. The word is, as a bunch of other people have seen, what we've probably figured out when Yuki said that someone was correct. Montana Margo got the last one there.
そう、モンタナマーゴ6番。
The word is he. That just means fire.
はい。
Popping
みん
over
な
to
惜
mine.
しい。マチョさんも惜しい。エリオットさんも惜しい。カムトゥジャパンはカルシファーと言っている。
I type in a Western keyboard where you type the sounds. Maybe it makes it easier for me. I also have practiced my own kanji. Just for what it's worth, 99% of Japanese people also use a, quote, Western-style keyboard. We type with Romaji. Everyone types with Romaji here. It's much, much faster than using a keyboard with Japanese characters on it because it's just too wide and it's hard for most people's fingers to reach all of the characters. So everyone uses Romaji. Kyomibukai. Hai. Andres, that is correct.
いや、素晴らしい。
He says,
早い。
Wakarimashita. Come Japan Dan is in second place with ending in third place. Sargumi, that is the correct kanji. But we want the reading for it if possible. You might have to turn off autocorrection on your device. Chaz, who's your... That is correct. Fourth place. Stargumi is in fifth place. Ro in sixth place. Josh, seventh place. Excellent job. Elliot, that is correct. Eighth place. Good job.
どうしようかな。
Lee, that is the correct meaning of the word. Excellent job. It is indeed Wednesday. Five-toed sloth bear pops in the kanji in the middle that we haven't learned yet. That's ninth place. Montana Margo, that is very close, except you've typed tsu instead of su. So it's not quite tsuyobi. We want suiyobi. Suiyobi. Sui. As opposed to tsu.
そう難しいね。
Japanese keyboard space bars are too small. Yeah, I use a regular keyboard that has a bigger space bar. I'm so used to choosing the kanji that it takes a bit to remember not to. Excuse me, I'm taking my frustrations in comedy. Fair enough. All right, jumping over to Yuki for the last word for this quiz today.
これはちょっと今日のトピックに結構関係があります。今日のレッスンのビデオの方ね。はい、いくよ。じゃん。
お
アンドレス早い。1番。
いいですね。
ファイブトールスロスベア2番。アオサビ3番。トーンズ W4 番。ロー5番。エリオットさんは、Adding keyboard to my PC now やってますね。
はい。
はい、ジョシュさん。1、2、3、4、5。6番。スターグミ7番。カウントジャパンさんは、ギブミまで入れてくれてました。8番。リーさん9番、エリンさん10番、モンタナマーゴ11番、ファイブトーストロースベアはもう答えましたが、イングリッシュ漢字をくれました。そう、青サビさん、今日それレッスンでやります。エリオットさんは、12番かな。
おいおい、こらありがとうございますね、このどんぐりゴロゴロ。ありがとうございます。ゴロゴロライフ。
どんぐりゴロゴロライフ、ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。More blessing, welcome to the stream.
あたす
あたす ございます。
ありがとうございます。
Everyone go check out Neko no Donguri Goro Goro Life. He streams every single day. 毎日ね、ライブストリームやってます。とても頑張っているので、猫のどんぐりゴロゴロライフの YouTube 見に行ってね。
そう、very chill and relaxing だよね。
そうそう。
adorable ライブストリームです。
ね。
はい、
Go check him out.
マチョ
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。すいません。ありがとうございます。
ありがとう。
マチョさん13番、モアビッドブレッシング14番。あ、猫のどんぐりゴロゴロライフが15番です。ありがとうございます。
はい、
ありがとうございます。
そういえば、ディスコードにシェアしてないね、今日。
あ、本
当？それはした方がいいね。
本当だ、モアビッドブレッシングが言ってる。
New videos。ペースト。
しまった。ちょっとディスコードの方にアナウンスしておりませんでした。失礼しました。
まあいいけどね。
でもモアビッドブレッシングはディスコードのさ、ね、ノーティフィケーション待ってるよ、きっと。うん、そうだけど、それがなかったから、ね、ソロで来たんでしょ。違うのかな？
言ってないけど。はい。Okay. Shared in Discord. Thank you again, everyone. I'm in Discord. I didn't get that one either. Sorry. It's out there now. Forgot to share it. I don't have Discord on the new streaming computer, so I always forget to pop it up there. And this morning was full of technical difficulties and issues, and what? I thought we got hacked. I'm glad that's over with. All right, so we've got all the okane answers together, so we're going to jump over to the overhead compare. Today, we're going to be learning a lot about money. Lots about money. We've got all of these words. How many pages is it today? Oh, that's a lot of pages. Oh my goodness.
そうだよ。フェイジズもいっぱいあるし、ボーナスクイズもいっぱいあります。
Got a lot to do today, so I think it's about time we get started. Let's go ahead and check out the quiz. Not the quiz, the skit to see what our first word is for today.
いらっしゃいませ。一人10円ください。はい。
Hi. Okay, so as you could see, our first word for today was いらっしゃいませ。一人10円ください。10 yen, so 10 yen. 10 yen is our first word for today. We've already obviously covered the kanji 10. It's just that, basically. But en is the new kanji for today's lesson. So, yeah, I guess I didn't either. Andy, you can set up a bot that will auto-post that up to Discord when it sees that you go live. I used to have one, but it was always like 20 minutes late, so I started doing it myself. The bot never worked well. I've tried multiple ones. I don't know why. Hi. So we're going to get started with our 10.
待って、ちょっと待って。私のホワイトボードさ、全然綺麗にならなくなっちゃった。
いいよ、別に。Hi. There's my 10. Not very straight. Maybe I'll try it again. Let's move closer to the screen.
いや、本当に。
いいよ。
いや、良くないぐらいやばい、この。
There's 10. And let's see if I can draw N correctly. I've never done N. On a whiteboard. I haven't practiced this yet. I have no idea what Yuki's is going to look like.
すいません。
And Yuki's not looking either to see if I'm doing it right. That's fine though. All right, there's my yen. I imagine it's probably a bit too big. どう思いますか？
でも結構バランスが取れてて良いです。
本当？
うん、
でかくないこれ。
いいと思うんだけど。
10に比べて。
真ん中の、
はい、
最近ねアンディね超上手にかけてきたからねあんまり文句言いづらいんですけど円のその真ん中の縦棒がまっすぐ真ん中の斜めに、真ん中のところにまっすぐ来てたらかなりバランスよく。
なんかわざわざ斜めにしたんだけどこれはもっとまっすぐにした方がいいってことね。
そうそこはまっすぐにした方がいいですね。
Okay, so Yuki's saying I sort of went out of my way to make this a little bit angled, and Yuki's saying that this should be more straight. So my yen should be straighter on that one. Some of the words for today surprised me with weird stroke order that seemed out of order. Yeah. There are definitely a few of those. Okay, I came a little bit too in, I think, on that, but we want to go straight down on this. And then, どうですかこれ。ちょっとおかしいね。Everyone, when you come to Japan, check your 10 yen coins for the rare Giza
あ、
Ju.
そうね、ギザ
On a 10, if there's little lines like this, like we have on a quarter in America, that's an old one, and it probably is somewhat valuable.
うんうんうん。
ね
そうね、円はちょっと内側に来すぎかな、右側のストロークが、
Whoa, やば。
そう
その
ちょっとね
ねえねえそのやつをやめてくださいよ、前回
でも
からもう。
他のイレーサーさ、どこにある？新しいやつだよ。ここにはないんだよ、このバッグに入ってないんだよ、このバッグ。
やばい。
そう、やばいんだよ。
ちょっと水取ってきた方
あ、これホワイトボードのクリーナーあった。
Oh my god。
ちょっとクリーナーなんとかやってみるわ。
どこで拭いたってこと？
いや、たまにね、なんかわかんないんだけど、このエッジがこういう風になっちゃって、うまくいかないのか。やばい。ちょっと全然綺麗にならないね。
はい、これでお願いします。
あ、それではい、ホワイトボードテクニカルディフィカルティホワイトボードでも起こるんだね、これ。はい、ありがとうございました。
これなんとか。
はい、ありがとうございました。じゃあ私今日は小さいホワイトボードですいません、書いていきます。はい。10円だよね。
In the US, keep any silver coins before 1964. They're actually silver and worth quite a bit more than their face value. I think silver quarters are like $4. Nice. Eraser difficulties. Some of the longer words are going to be a bit tough to write on here. Okay. So unlike day and some other kanji, you've got pretty straight lines on your yen there, eh?
そう、
Okay.
ここもね結構このストレートで大丈夫ですね。まあ、内側にしてもいいんだけどね、ちょっとだけ。
はい。ちょっと気持ちアップからのストレートラインで、
ここは気持ちアップ。
でこれはストレートラインで、これはちょっと気持ちアップだよね。
はい。
どうですか？
いい、上手です。
Alright.
非常に上手。す
Starting to
ぐ
get better at
さ、
this.
す
Small
ぐ
white bowl.
うまくできる
あ
ね。
りがとうございます。Alright. But what I cannot すぐうまくできる one thing that I cannot get right away is this. This is a little bit harder. So let's have Yuki write that first for us. And see what she does.
はい。
小さい。そう。ホワイトボードね。白板っていう言葉ある？白板。That's the first time I've ever seen the word 白板. Everyone just says ホワイトボードだよね。
はい。よし、これでどうでしょう。行ってみたいと思います。
お願いします。
はい、これで書いていきます。
はい。その下になんか引いてるよね。はい。Okay, so it's pretty much the same thing. What's nice is with this, I can use the line in the middle. Okay.
ちょっとフォーカスしてない？
フォーカスしてますよ。
はい。
はい。
ちょっと銃が斜めっちゃった。ホワイトボードディフィカルティでっていう言い訳をします。
All kinds of difficulties today, guys.
ま
Let's see how I can pull
ま
this
さ
off.
かだよね、このさ、
ね。
ホワイトボードまでディフィカルティになるとは。
It's a bit far for me, but I'm going to go ahead and try.
はい。
I didn't do any 気持ち up there, eh?
そう、銃は気持ちアップです。
してないって。She's laughing at my kanji.
ごめん。
It's okay. That's your job, to laugh at my kanji.
は
い。
私のポジションはそんなにいい棒ではないと思うんですけど
はい。
やばい Better laughing than Godzilla eye beams って言ってるよ
I suppose so. はい、円はどうですか、ゆきさん。
円は結構上手にかけてると思うんですよ。10のその気持ちアップできなかったところの方が結構問題、
うん、問題ね。
そう
結構問題。
そうそう、そのね、
はい、
そう常に右は上がりでお願いしたいです。いい、素晴らしい。
はい、is that better?
はい、とってもいいです。
Okay, so yen is okay.
うん、
All right, so the one kanji that we have to really do a lot of today. I'm good. Stream's over, guys. お疲れ様でした。
いや次のワードあります。
Ah, okay, okay.
はい。
All right, let's go ahead and see our skit for the next part.
いらっしゃいませ。一人10円ください。
はい。
安いね。
うん。
これは100年前にロダンさんが作った。
すごい。All right, so it looks like our next word is going to be 100, 100. はい、安いね。So it's only 10 yen to get into the museum. That's a pretty good price. And then we find out about a picture by Rodin that was written 100 years ago, or drawn 100 years ago. これは100年前にロダンさんが作った。はい、we should have Yuki read that.
私が、これは100年前にロダンさんが作った。すごいこっちも読む？でもいいよね。100だけだよね、とりあえず。
Alright.
はい。私は小さいホワイトボードで。
So I don't think we've written in this series the kanji for white yet. I don't think we've covered that just yet. But 100 is just the kanji for white with a 1 on top, essentially. So if you can write both of those, this one is pretty easy. Breadstick eye beams. Has it been revealed who that voice is? The other guy, the one asking for the money, that's Dan. That's 100% Come to Japan Dan.
100円くださいってやつね。
Maybe a bit too angled, but I'm just going to keep going. はい。
いい。
どうですか？
上手。
本当？
なんか自分でその直したいところあります？なんかもうちょっと
これちょっとアングルしすぎたり、これ他はわかんない。
アンディのやつもすごくいいんだけど、more stylish, more cool をクーラーを求めるなら、
はい。求める。
そう縦長に漢字全体を縦長に書くっていうのをやった方がいいですね。
So making it more like taller. She talks about this a lot. Some kanji always seem to be better looking fat, like wide, and some seem to be taller. I haven't really gathered which is which yet. So let's see what her 100 looks like.
でもなんか大体
looks like a melon. It does look like a melon.
85% of kanji looks taller.
Looks better taller.
そう、better taller ね。だけど、その他はちょっと横にのべの方がいいかな。なるほどね。
15% look better wide and 85% look better tall. The great Cornholio, is writing left-handed going to be noticeable in print? Probably not noticeable after it's done. If you're writing top to bottom, like if you write like most Japanese is written like this, from right to left, top to bottom. Left-handed will probably have an advantage because you won't be smearing as opposed to in English. You're going this way, eh? Like this. When you're writing, you write down, down, down. So if you're writing in like a traditional sense, you'll actually be kind of better off. Except that, of course, you might put holes, like I'm writing left-hand right here. You might end up putting holes in the paper, which is a problem for all left-handed writing, I suppose. Ooh, that's hard left-handed. Whee! Left-handed is hard. That was difficult. Anyway, one of the things that we often recommend for left-handers is to make the pen taller. So sort of stand the pen up like
そう
this.
だね。ここの手のここのなんていうのこの side of hand
No idea.
ここのところをつけない方が綺麗に描け
Yeah,
る。
and don't put that part of your hand down.
で
Maybe
も
use
さ
the,
超難しいよねそんなの。
maybe with your palm rested.
ちょっとむずいよね難しい。
It's
Too
going to be
difficult.
difficult, but yeah. But it won't be noticeable that you're left-handed. Like
Mm.
people reading it won't know the difference. Sumo kanji are fat and wide.
あ、そうだね。そうそう。
No pun or joke. No joke or pun. Interesting.
相撲のそのさなんか漢字
Mm.
はなんていうんだっけフォントもあるよね。江戸なんちゃら風じゃない？
Mm. There's a font for kanji that's used for sumo, like writing for sumo stuff, and that is usually fatter.
そう。でもそれは雰囲気を出すためのそのわざと
Mm.
ワイルに書いてる。
It's intentional.
そうそう。
Intentional. Welcome to the stream, Nicosphere. Hi, let's see Yuki's 100.
はい。行きたいと思います。
マイクがないと何言ってるかわかんない。はい。
私これ以上フォーカスできないんだったらね。
なるほどね。そうだったわ。OK。なるほどね。
最後がちょっと斜めてしまいました。
So I need to come not only taller, but I like that you've connected the one basically to the next stroke, to stroke 3.
あ、そう。だけど、この真ん中でも一応いいです。OK。間違ってはないです。
どうすか？
うまいうますぎる。この、日本人超えてきた、もうついに。
100ポイントだってありがとうございます。
トニーさん。
Yay.
ありがとうございます。
That's not bad.
そう、もうちょっとこのさ、のをこのつなげる方が、
はい、
ここを書いてのをこっちにつなげる方が、このちっちっちに行く方がこのちっちっちの方ね
そうだね
に行く方がもうちょっとカリグラフィックかな。
More calligraphy like. Gotcha. Okay. Which is more common to see in handwriting? どっちがもっと見られますか？
スピードモードで行ってみたいと思います。多分なんだけどみんなこういう感じで書いてると思う。
In speed mode, this is most common. So in handwriting, you're most likely going to
こう
see
いう
the second stroke and third strokes essentially connected in a single stroke. Like a 7 like that, and then
そうだね。そんな感じですね。
That wasn't bad.
そう。だから多分つなげる方が書きやすい。easy to
Yeah.
write.
It's easier to write that way, and thus it's probably more common. Make the pen taller, thank you. Make it grow a few inches. All right. That was not bad. Let's go ahead and see Yuki's worksheet.
ワークシートいきたいと思います。はい。
Okay, so same deal with the pen, eh? Okay. Let's go ahead and compare. Give me a
どう
zoom
でしょう
there.
か。too big だったかな。あ、チャーズさんがDo you make the bottom of the heat narrow than the top? と聞いています。 そうだね。その方がいいかな。
はい。
はい。いい。
こっちは気持ちダウンに来ちゃったね。
そうだね。そこだけ気持ちアップできたら結構良かったですね。
そうだね。
もうパーフェクトって感じ。でもかなりいい感じに書けてると思います。
まだチャンスがある。次のページで。
あ、そうだね。
だからそこまでにするかな。
うん。
Okay, so the main thing I could think make a little bit better is to bring this up a little bit.
そうだね。
But otherwise, pretty good.
100のこの日は、ここの最初の1よりも、ここの日の方がこういう風にナローの方が、あ、これもちょっと本当はなぞっちゃいけないんですけどの方が確かにここがね、ここがチチチチチチチチチチチチチチチのここがナローの方がいいかもしれません。
It's probably a little better to keep the day part down below within the bounds of the one above it. That looks a little bit
こ
cooler.
こ
She
ね
said.
ここは本当はここ supposed to come のが
Good question, Chaz.
うん
All right.
の方が looks スタイリッシュかな。
All right, moving on to the next word.
いらっしゃいませ。一人10円ください。
はい。
安いね。
うん。
これは100年前にロダンさんが作った。
すごい。
これは1000年前の絵だよ。
本当に？
あ、ごめん。200年前だね。
All right, so we got to see a few extra words there. Our next one is going to be
はい、これは1000年前の絵だ
so
よ。
it's a picture from 1,000 years ago, and I ask 本当に？
うん。
And then Yuki responds with
あ、ごめん。200年前だね。
so our new kanji here is 1000,
はい。
1,000, and then we've got 100 again. So I'm going to write both of those on this paper. But first, we'll go with 1,000.
はーい。
はい. I haven't written this one in a while either. Let's see if I can get it okay.
線は10と同じようにバランスを取るのが難しいです。
難しいよ、本当に。きっとなんかここはもっと小さく、これはもっと大きく、これはまっすぐって感じなのかな。わかんない。全然わかんない。
はい。
Let's see Yuki do this one.
はい。じゃあ私書いてみたいと思います。
Andy wore a flower shirt today, just like in the video. So my question is, where is Yuki's sushi outfit today?
ちょっと寿司のやつね、最近ちょっと洗濯中。
It's in the washing machine. If we could somehow match our Animal Crossing outfits and live stream outfits for this series, I think we'd get about 15 times more visitors to the live stream. Oh. Ha ha.
はい。どうでしょうか。
Okay, so this part is a little bit more
はい。説明するね。ちょっと、もうちょっと分かりやすく説明するね。これボックスがこういう風にあるじゃないですか。
はい、あります。
こういう風に四角くあるとしましょう。で、この真ん中のところ、
はい。
きますね。
はい。
で、ここ10の時って、10書いた時、
はい、
これにいっぱいいっぱいにこうやって書いて、ここの上から10でこういう風に書いたんだけど、ちょっと長さが足りないんですけど、ここが。だけどこの上の部分、10の上の部分のこの部分にこののとのが入らなきゃいけないから。わかる？ちょっと上が
言いたいところは1と2は全部上の部分に来るようにしたいですってことね。はい、so the no and the one part need to be in the upper quadrant of if you're writing in a box of the box. That's the important part, right? That's the important point.
だからもっとここの部分だけがスクイッシーな感じに見えて。
なるほどね。
そう。
Okay, so I think I can try that.
お願いします。
That's a bit too big, eh? はい。That's a bit too tall.
まずボックスを書いてみたらこのさ、チチチのボックスを書いて。
You have a lot of faith in me thinking I could draw a box with chichichis in any kind of line that would make sense. Okay, maybe not so bad. Hey, let's try that again.
はいはいはいはい。
It's gonna be too small. I definitely have problems balancing this kind of.
いいねいいね。
I did it.
いい感じ。
あれ YouTube 見るんじゃなくてこっち見ないとすげえディレイがあるんですよ。
ごめん
なんか
ごめん間違えちゃった。
5秒ぐらいずっと見てた。
すいません。
あれれれ。
ごめん、
はい、
でもいい。それです。それが
ね、
ボックスがなくても書ければいい。
なるほど。ボックスがなくてもそれが書けたらいいんだけど。
そう。
はい。
ボックスがあると思ってください。
little bit longer, maybe.
いい、
はい、
okay. いいよ、いい、めっちゃいい感じ。はい、
OK。
うん。
いいね。ありがとうございます。
いい感じです。分かってる。あとはできるかちょっと練習しないですね。
そうだね、練習しなきゃ。
そう。
はい。Morbid Blessing says that Yuki has to grow out the beard for the sushi costume. 100%.
ちょっと、I can't grow white beard だよね。
She can't grow a white beard. Not yet.
ねそう、こういう感じですね。
はいはいはい。
はい。では、行きたいと思います。ペーパーに。こんな感じか。
はい。Messing with my camera here. もちろん。I should be watching her, but I'm messing with the camera instead.
ちょっとあんまりこの払いがうまくできないね、このペン。
ペンのせいかな？
いや、私のスキルの問題。
ペンのせいだよね。だってそのペンも前回もおかしかったよね。
私のスキルの問題だと思うんですけど。
It's a little bit hard to do harais on the pen she's using right now. We remember that from last time, eh? It stays a little too fat, eh?
そうそうそうそうそう。
I think we should buy a new one of those.
大丈夫、ここで練習するわ。
Okay. She's gonna practice so that the pen's deficiencies don't matter. She's gonna align herself to the pen. Become the pen.
はい、アンディお願いします。
やってますよ。まあ見てないよね。
はいはい、失礼しました。ちょっと自分の練習に集中しすぎてたわ。
それはストリームの後でしてくださいよ。
ごめん。
もうやったけどどうですか？
いや、いいよ。今もう一個の方見てる。
ああ、それがちょっと広すぎるね。
そうだね。やっぱりボックスがあると結構バランスよくかけていいですよね。
でもボックスがいつもあるわけないから。
思ってるよりその「の」と「1」を狭く書くか。あ、めっちゃいい、めっちゃいい。うん、めっちゃいい。
OK。
そうそう。
ともき。
いいですね。
ともきのひげは、そう、I know, I know, I know. そうで、壮大ですね。そうだね。
そう、壮大です。もうサンタさんぐらい壮大な、この辺まであるから。
I think you've probably, to get that kanji written, you. But what you want is just you. Yuki. And that will get you what you want.
あれだ。
はい
200年前だねまでだったわ
そう
このスキット。
Then we've got our next one, which is 200年前. So we've already got 100, so that
はーい
gives me another chance to practice 100. Yay!
はい、頑張ります。今ね、練習したばかりなんだから、ちょっとちゃんとできるかしら。ちゃんと頑張ってくれ、私。
I think my 100 is pretty good.
うん、いい感じ、すごく。
はい。
とってもいいです。ちょっ
Yay!
と私もハンドル書くわ。
Looks like you've made the bottom bigger this time.
本当だね。ちょっとボロンビガになっちゃったね。
でもどっちでもありだよね。
まあ、あり。だけど、ちょっとヘッズビガの方がルックスクーラー。
So making the head bigger is cooler looking, she said. So keep that in mind. The next two words we are going to put together because they're already all kanji we've seen. So let's go ahead and see the skip for those.
いらっしゃいませ。一人10円ください。
はい。
安いね。
うん。
これは100年前にロダンさんが作った。
すごい。
これは1000年前の絵だよ。
本当に？
あ、ごめん。200年前だね。こっちに何がある
2000円ください。
はい。すごい。こっちに入る？
うん。
3000円ください。
はい。きれい。
こっちに入る？
うん。
1
Alright, so we're going to go up to there because everything for those two words are not new kanji for us. We're going to just go ahead and write right away on these worksheets and see what we've got. We've got 2000 yen and 3000 yen.
はい。
So let's go ahead and have Yuki read these sentences for us.
2000円ください。
はい。
すごい。こっちに入る？うん。3000円ください。
So the main points for both of these words are, if we look at Yuki's page, she's got 2000 yen is after sen. En is Japanese people, they don't even realize it, but they say yen.
そうですね。
Just like the English yen. So that makes it easier to say 1000 yen instead of sen en. Much easier to say 1000 yen. So keep that in mind. And then for this one, after sam, sen becomes zen. Sanzen. After the n sound, sen se becomes ze, essentially, after n.
はい。
So 3000 yen. 3000 yen. So we're just going to write these with a marker and see what happens.
はい。
はい。ちょっと真ん中じゃなくなったけど。
だけど
長っ。
いい感じ。
まあいい。
バランスはいい感じ。いいですね。非常に良い。
イェーイ。
素晴らしいと思います。
ありがとうございます。
はい。じゃあ私も2000円書きます。
はい。 うんうんうん。やっぱりこれもうちょっと大きくしていいだね。うんうんうんうん。Okay. うんうんうんうんうん。
どうでしょ
I would say, looking at yours, that my thousand, my sen,
う。うんうん、
needs a
うん。
little bit more work, but we'll get another chance on the next word. So the next word is 3000 yen. 3000 yen. All right, so let's see if I can pull this one off.
3000円ください。
3000 yen くれ。3。
はい。いい。上手。はい。
I need to bring my no over a little bit more, I feel like, but
うんうん。だけどとってもいい感じです。
ちょっと大きい。
いいよ。いい、
はい、
とってもいい。ま
イエーイ
ずこの入りと止め、
はい、
めっちゃいい。
イェーイ。入りと止め。
うん、そう、入りと止
Entrance
め、すべ
and
ての
exit
ね。
stop.
うん、素晴らしいね。
ありがと
アンディも言ってたけど、その線のの
う。
をもうちょっと左から書くか、
So
もう
start
ちょ
over
っ
more
と
to the
長
left
く書くか。
or make it a little longer over to the right.
そう、長いか、もうちょっとセンターから書くか。うんうんうん。で、ちょっとスクイシーな感じでね、その2本は。いい感じ。はい、素晴らしいです。
Okay.
はい。
ありがとうございます。Good evening from America. How y'all doing? Pretty good. Phantom Viz God. Thanks for stopping by. Money's flying by.
ありがとうございます。
Satisfactory. Do you see kudasai or kudasai more? You see both. The one with the kanji is a bit more polite, I'd say. It's considered a bit more polite. So you'll often see this on like bathroom stalls. Like if you have a bathroom and it's telling you to step closer to the toilet, if you're a guy, you'll often see the kanji. But in general, if you're writing it, I'd say you'd usually use the hiragana. If it's like te kudasai, it's usually in hiragana. But there's no rules, really. Either one is perfectly fine, and you see both equally as frequently, I think. Ne? Hi, Yuki's sen is, as usual, much better than mine.
だけど、アンディも getting closer です。
I'm getting closer. Little by little. Looking at hers, I guess she goes a little bit more flat on her note.
あ、そうだね。
I'm going a little bit too vertical, probably. So if I think about that and write it, it probably will start to look better.
もうポイントをゲット。いい。上手。いいですね。
This could go a little bit more squished, but okay. Getting closer to that one. You're very welcome. All right.
はい。
That brings us to our next word.
はい。
Let's go and see what it is.
いらっしゃいませ。一人10円ください。
はい。
安いね。これは100年前にロダンさんが作った。
すごい。
これは1000年前の絵だよ。
本当に？
あ、ごめん。200年前だね。こっちに何がある
？2000円ください。
はい。すごい。こっちに入る？
うん
3000円ください。
はい。きれい。
こっちに入る
うん。
1万円ください。
うん。はい。
わあこれが欲しい。
100万円ください。
いや、結構です。
All right, so as you
Hi.
can see, we've covered 2 words here because there's only 1 new kanji in each of them. So our first word is going to be starting from, we'll start here.
1万円ください。うんはい。わあこれが欲しい。100万円ください。いや結構です。
All right, so we've got ichiman, which is 10,000. In English, of course, we count in tens, hundreds, thousands, and millions. We jump right to millions after thousands. But in Japanese, there's a stop at the 10,000s. And then the next divider for numbers is 100 millions. So interesting. A little bit different there. But anyway, the first word we're going to be doing is ichiman. So with mam, even though it stands for 10,000, you usually need to have the 1 before it if you're going to say 10,000. And then for 100 10,000, which is a million in English, but 100man, we get 100, mam, and yen, of course. So we're using yen here. So we don't have, I forgot to have n here as to be written. I didn't have that in the worksheet, so we're just going to write ichiman. But first, I need to write the kanji man over here on the paper. So I'm going to go vertical. Recently, I've been doing left to right, but I'm going to go vertical on this one. Ichi.
いいですね。
And then I often forget the stroke order for man, and I am not confident that I'm going to get it correct right now. But let's see.
いい合ってる。
Good, though. It's right? Okay, woo! Okay. Okay, the stroke order is right. I'm never sure about that. Sometimes I want to do this. But it makes sense that it's this because my guess here is we go like this, right? And then we slice back up, which means coming here is easier.
はい。
Right? If we were to go like this, then we're coming back around like this, which is fine, but... And then back up like that. That's what I'm assuming.
はい。
Phantom
Yes.
Vizgod says, I've been watching your Quartet 2 Lesson 7 grammar vids, and they've been immensely helpful.
あ
Thank
り
you.
が
I'm
と
glad
う
that
ご
you're
ざ
finding
い
them helpful.
ます
That's great. Thank you. I'm glad that they're helpful. Jai, let's hear Yuki's advice for this one. We'll go to the overhead compare.
はい。私は万だけ書きたいと思います。
はいわかりました。
スペースがないので。
That is a very long title, Chaz. Okay.
はい。どうでしょうか。
Just on a side note, why are titles for new manga, books, and anime in Japanese so freaking long? It's wild.
わかんない。
They're so long
最
now.
近
It's
ト
like
レ
a
ンドだよ
whole
ね。
paragraph. But it is a recent trend, and I don't know why it's sticking. But anyway, the title of that painting was The Fighting Temeraire Tugged to Her Last Berth to be Broken Up 1838. That does sound like a modern isekai title, as Alex was saying. I guess the short names are already taken. All right, so looking at Yuki's man, I can see already, breaking it down myself,
はい。
that the one on top, the one part on top is much, much longer in terms of balance. And she's got a little bit more angles going on, and her second stroke here is more angled down than mine. I've come up, but she's come sort of down.
そう、ちょっとね、ちょっとだけこっち
Just a little bit
がこういう風に
And
つい
also-
に下がっています、ね。
Also, she's got her entry here, which I did not have. I just went straight down. So that's my thoughts. Do you have anything else to add to that, Yuki?
さっきさ、100?
うん
今アンディが言ったのと同じなんですけど、100と万はこの最初の1がその下の何かよりも長くなった方がかっこいいかなっていう。
So the one on top, it's cooler if you make it longer than the stuff below it. Just like with 100, man is going to be the same thing, I guess. So let's go ahead and see if I can Make that look okay.
はい。
So make that nice and long. I'm going to come down here,
うん。
and I'm going to go slightly down. No, I've already come out. All right.
そう、そこのね、バランスっていうか、そのスペースがちょっと難しいと思います。
And then coming down to here, I guess.
うんうん。
And then pulling it back,
はい。
and then coming up to here.
うん。
Then we've got my entry. And harai.
はい。いいです、いいです。
It looks better than my last one, but I still have the same issues of balance where this is started too low, eh?
今さ、アンディがさ、こうやっていって、こうやってやったから、こうやって腕をさ、こうやってくるってきたじゃないですか。
はい
その時に、この1の真ん中に、からスタートできれば、結構そのバランスが良くなる。いいと思います。
It's a little better.
うん。かなり上手に描けてると思います。
Okay. Not bad. Better than the last one?
ダメ？
No, I think it's okay. I don't know. I think so.
ダメかな？いいと思うんだけど、すごく。
よかった。
そう、ちょっとね、この始まるところ、このマンの始まるこの部分、この2画目は、難しいところだよね。このどこから、
It's hard to figure out where to start exactly, yeah.
だけど、
because you can't see it over your hand.
そうそう、だいたいこの1のこのだいたい真ん中らへんの下がいいかなって思います。で、ここをチチチチチチチチチって切って、ここからこう。
はいはいはい。なるほどね。
うん。わかる？
わかるわかる。はい。
マンはね、さっきのボックス書いちゃうと、ここが真ん中じゃないんですよ。このクロスするところじゃないから、ボックスの。
はい。
だから、そう、ちょっとボックスを書かない方が分かりやすいかもしれないよね。いい感じ。
You've scrunched them up a little bit more than I have.
そうだね。
But okay, okay.
今気づいたんだけど、私さ、ここのさ、跳ねる部分、
はい、
ここの跳ねる部分と、こことこの真ん中のところは、このずつチチチチチチって全部縦に来てるね、これ。
はいはいはい。確かに同じところに来てるね。
そうすると、I'm
getting there.
そう、あとはこのスペースの広さとかでバランスを取れるようになれば結構いいかなって。
I wrote a Chinese man. What's the difference?
チャイニーズマンはちょっとわからないですね。いいです。非常にいい感じ。
What's up, Kyushu Trails? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
ようこそ。久しぶり、Kyushu Trail.
I've been studying Genki 1 with your videos. They're very helpful. I'm in lesson 4. I want to start learning the JLPT N5 kanji. How much kanji should I cover each day? That depends on how much time you have and how much time you're spending on other things. I generally recommend like 5 a day. Seems to be pretty reasonable. But I was having a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday, and it was good because he's been studying Japanese for years like I have, and he was like, if I just like sucked it up and learned one kanji a day every day, just one, like if I just wrote one kanji 50 times every day, he'd already know like most of the kanji he needed to know. So a lot of learners get like sucked up. It's like, I have to learn as many kanji as possible, as fast as possible. And then they burn themselves out. So, or they go too fast so that nothing really sticks. So sometimes it's better to, keep it keep it to a manageable amount. And that might be 1, that might be 5. For some people, that might be 10. I wouldn't do too much more than that. If you're just doing, like, at the beginning of this series, the first part of the series, the first 23 videos where we just cover the meanings and the writings. If you're just doing that, if you have, like, 4 hours a day, you can probably manage 15 to 20. But your comprehension is going to go way down. So I think the sweet spot is 5 to 10. That's what I think, but I'm not sure. What is the difference between hisabisa and hisashiburi?
はい。久々はナウンかアドバーブだよね。その、久々だですか、その久々の何々みたいなそのナウンにアタッチするアドバーブ的な使い方。
So it can be used as an adverb to be attached to a verb. So 久々 some verb.
そう。だけど久しぶりはフレーズだよね。
So 久しぶり itself is a phrase. 久しぶり long time no see. You can turn 久しぶり into an adverb with に。久しぶりに
そうだね。
I did something. And in that case it becomes essentially the same as 久々だよね。
そう。久々のか、久々です or だ、この
久々の旅行、first travel in a long time, something like that. One thing you'd never say is you'd never say 久々 when you see someone for the first time, right? You'd never be like 久々。
久々は言わないけど、久々、そうだね、あんまり言わないね。アンコモンだよね、その久々。まあ久々だね。何々するのが久々だねはあるけど。
あるけど、not as like a
なんか to see なんか no see なんていうの long time no see なんか meeting each other の部分で言うと、部分は久々だねはあんまりちょっと合わないかもね。
そうそう、usually 久しぶり。And should I also hurry too much about the writing part, or the most important part is the reading, and that's up to you as well. With kanji, whether or not you emphasize writing or reading, I think they are tied together. I think that writing a kanji makes it easier to remember how to read it, personally. So I think they go hand in hand. There's been studies done on Chinese students, native Chinese kids, who are learning to write Chinese characters. And it's been found in multiple studies that the kids who took the time to write the words in the kanji out had significantly better comprehension. So if you're in a rush and you just want to read, that's fine. Lots of people do that. I know Wanikani doesn't teach you how to write at all. They're just like, just learn how to read. And that's fine. People get by with that. But I think things stick better if you write them down. Just seems to be how it is. So if you don't want to, like if you don't want to do that, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It'll make it easier for you though. That's all. Do you have to know how to write? Is it super important? I think that's besides the point. If you're ever going to live in Japan, you might want to be able to write something. I think if you've lived here for 20 years and you can't like at least write your address in kanji, it's a little embarrassing, but that's besides the point as well. So, is what it is. All right, feeling so lucky to be a Chinese and learning Japanese, I don't have to learn how to write kanji specifically, but how to pronounce. Yes, I'm very jealous of you there.
このさ、
はい、
さっきのさ、チャイニーズマンってこれかな？これじゃない？
多分違うと思う。俺はそれ書いてないんですよ。誰かが間違えて中国のやつ書いちゃったって言ってた。はい。All right, let's go ahead and get into our worksheet. So we'll start with Yuki's and see if I can copy that. And we'll also jump right into 100万 after that as well, just using the worksheet. But first, 1万. Let's see, Yuki's.
はい。1万円ください。はい。
The most kanji I ever learned, like the easiest it ever was for me to learn kanji, was when I was using a DS game that made you write. And then I stopped that because it got too slow, and I just switched to a notebook. And I'd use my Anki deck for learning kanji. And every time a kanji popped up, like that I had to write, it would have the reading within a sentence, and I have to write out the word. It was the fastest I've ever learned kanji or any words in my life. I would just, every time the word popped up in my Anki deck for that kanji, like it'd have the reading, and I have to write the kanji. I write it. And I learned so much so fast. It was ridiculous. So That's why I teach it the way we do. 1万 Okay.
はい。
Hmm.
ちょっと太くなりすぎちゃった。
いやでも結構いいね。
本当、
Alright, let's see.
ありがとうございま
Let's see
す。
mine. I, on the other hand, have made my 1 too small.
お、上手。
Yee!
すごい。私より上手。
Yeah, I don't know about that, but boxes do make this easier, that's for sure.
あ、本当？じゃあ、アンディはボックスあった方が良かったかもね。
Box is much easier to write. Mom was much more.
いやもうボックスが使いやすい人はボックスをねぜひ使ってもらった方がいい
The
ですよ。
beautiful thing about the box with the lines, you can get these worksheets, by the way. I know a lot of you are members of the website, ToKiniAndy.com. You can get these worksheets and you can print them out, or you can use them on an iPad or a tablet. Just pull them up and you can write over top of them a million times. You can get those worksheets on the website for this lesson. By the way, lesson 11 is finally out on the website,
はい。
if you remember. Lesson 12 is fully scripted and ready to be filmed. That'll be today or tomorrow.
ねえ、楽しみです。
Yeah. All right, so let's have
Hi.
Yuki write 100万.
100万円ね。
That's a million or 110,000 in the literal Japanese. Are there kanji learning materials in print that include every reading of the kanji and its stroke order and how to use the kanji in sentences? That's been difficult to find. Not a whole lot, and also, it's not really necessary to learn every reading of a kanji. Like in isolation, it's pretty much useless. Just learn words. There's tons of learning materials out there that use teach you a bunch of words that include various readings. That's generally how most native aimed kanji learning material is. It'll just be a bunch of words within sentences. Pretty much any of the kanken material is like that. Mm-hmm.
はい。
Okay.
100万円
100
く
万円。
ださい。結構いい感じです。
いいね。I got a little straight there, but
いいよ。でもとってもいい感じ。とってもバランスが良いし、ちょっと私の100もう一回書こうかな。上手。上手。すごい上手。もうね、何も言うことない最近。
おかげさまです。ありがとうございます。
もう私よりちょっともう上手になってきた。
いや、そうだとは思わないんですけれど。
だって
Yuki's a good teacher.
100ちょっと自分が失敗してるもんだって。私失敗してるこの100。どうしてもなんか癖があるよね。この悪い癖が。この脳多分あれだよね。
Oh, but that one's good.
でかく書きすぎ
はいはいはいはい
てうまく舌を小
That
さく
pen is not
ね。
helping, but that 100 looks good. Yuki's there.
うん。
I like your I don't know if I think I like your mom better than mine. I'm not really sure. But I don't mind my mom in this one. Kind of looks stylish. Although I'm not at the center on my mom. You can see I'm sort of off to the left here.
そう？
But やっぱり
結構いい。
having the box with the lines makes man like a million times easier to write.
本当？
じ
ゃあマンはボックスを使っていただいて。
はい。Is there any difference between the ni in katakana and kanji? Not really. In handwriting, they're a little bit different. But in fonts, they're essentially identical. I think one is, I think the hiragana, the katakana is a little bit smaller than the kanji. If you were to look at it, like if you were to type them both now, I think you'll notice that the kanji is slightly bigger, but that's not going to be very helpful otherwise. But it's pretty obvious usually from context which it is. Kudasai. There's over 50,000 kanji in existence, I think. Yes, but only about 2,000, maybe 500 in common use. Is there a difference between tsujite and toshite? I believe they're just completely different words, but very similar.
そうだね。
Tsujite.
通じて。
Tsujite is the te form of tsujiru, right? Which means to pass by or to or also for something to be understood. Was something understood? It was understood. Tsujita.
あ、なんかさ、あれかな、その、なんか、the message was conveyed by someone みたいな時
The
は、
message was conveyed was tsujiru,
うん、
right?
誰々に通じて、
Right.
この情報を知りましたみたいな感
And
じかな。
toshite is the te form of tosu, which is to let something go by or like to let someone pass you. In other words, they're essentially completely different words.
そうだね。
I don't know about the sentence part for the first two.
よくその通してのエクスプレッションみたいなその
the
イディアム
grammar.
みたいなのに
Yeah.
使うのはあれだよね、そのこの経験を通してみたいな。それは
Via this experience.
そうだね。でもそれは通じて
I don't think you can
も
use
う
that.
ちょっとその時には近いけど、通じてって何か誰かがいるよね、多分、誰か
誰かが言う？
そう、なんかその通じるだとなんか人がいる、通してだとことアクションがあるって感じ、
You go through some action with 通して。
そうそう。通じてはそこが誰か人がいる。
There's someone there.
そのsomeone tells you something とか、何々を誰々にから通じてみたいな。
You pass through a person to learn something, or you pass through some experience to learn something. They're just completely different words. You should learn them as separate words. Is essentially they're similar in some ways, but not in others. I don't know about the sentence part, but for the first two, I found the Kodansha Kanji Dictionary by Jack Hopburn a super material for serious learners, but does not include any exercises. I've heard a lot of people like those, except for the quote graded readers, which are just a bunch of sentences. But the books themselves, people seem to be fans of. Andres Hackett, also it only includes a huge list of vocabulary, not how to introduce them in context. Yeah, that's a big minus for that. But people still find them helpful. I can see your strokes are not as steady as hers. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Also, my hands are just well, you can't tell on camera, I guess. My hands tremble a little bit from caffeine. So, not much I can do about that. All right, sweet. So that was that. So I think that means it's basically time for the quiz now. Yeah?
すいません。その通じてと通してをちょっと調べてみたんですけど、
はい、ありがとうございます。
戻ってすいませんね。
はい。どうぞ。
ここに通じてと通してはやっぱりどっちも何かがその via something か、by something なんですけど、そのニュアンス的には、
はい、
通しては
No, I just translate everything for about Fab Farble. はい。
はい。通しては、空間やそのルートがあって、それで他のものが現れたりするらしい。で、通じては時間や手段。
通じて is for time,
で、
like going over a time or some event, and then you learn some information from that. And then 通して is through some space. Through space.
とか、なんていうの way. なんか、
or path. Space or path. And
で別のものが現れた
and
り
some other
違
thing
うこと
appears
が
or some event
起こる
happens.、
うん
Okay. So that's the
通じ
difference
ては
between
やっ
those.
ぱり時間や手段を通すんだけどそれで情報が全体に行くこと
Mm-hmm.
ということです、
なるほどね。
うん
Okay. Learn some information through
まあ、似てる、
通じてね。
うん、
はい。Okay. They look similar, but they're not the same. So just learn them as separate words. It'll be easier. Hi. All right, time to jump into the quiz. The first word we have bonus words today. Some of them are going to be symbols. You might want to pull up a chart of Japanese money if you've never seen Japanese money
Hi.
before, because today's quiz is going to include Japanese money, and we will want you to give us the word for the Japanese money. You can write it out in kanji or in hiragana or in katakana or in romaji. If we put out the kanji for the word, we want you to give us the reading of that word, which means you will give us the hiragana, furigana, hiragana, katakana, or the romaji if you can't type in Japanese. So that's how this quiz is going to work. There's a bunch of bonus
Hi.
ones. I think I have 8 cards, which means Yuki probably has about 8 cards. So lots of words to go through today.
あ、私 only have 7 cards だよ
Okay, maybe not. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. That means there's 15 words for us to cover today. The very first one is not the last word we learned, but one of them. So there it is. Boom.
はいあもう今やったやつじゃん
まあ今じゃないよ。最初は100万だった。
もうさっきやったやつだよ
さっきやったやつです。
お早い
Our first person on the quiz is excellent job. Alex gets there first with Andores in second place. Come Japan Dan in third. Phantom Vizgod in fourth place. Tony is in fifth place with Five Toed Sloth Bear in sixth. Do in seventh place. Lee in eighth place, I guess. Morbid Blessing is correct in ninth place. Excellent job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is correct. Yeah, ninth place. Good job. All right.
はいみん
So let's
な
go ahead
いい
and pop
感じですね
over to Yuki and see what she's got for us.
はいいきますよじゃじゃんはい
Oh.
おー早いアレックスさん1番アンドレスさん2番トニーさん3番ファイブトーズスロースベア4番リー5番モービッドブレッシング6番ローさん7番デジタルホロロジーさん8番おファビオさんは looks like a house with a roof と言っています
Looks
確
like
か
a
に
house with a roof.
確かにねでも答えは来ませんでしたはいカムトジャパンさん千と千尋と言っています
千と千尋。
千と千尋はスピリテッドアウェイの
That's the title of the
日本語
movie
のタ
Spirited
イト
Away.
ル
It's a Japanese title. All right, very good job. Let's go ahead and pop over to my word. Let's see what you can get. Ah!
モンタナマーゴ
I
惜
think
し
you
い
just had a typo there with an
Mm.
extra sit. That is correct.
ね千です
I highly recommend checking out this series, Fabio. If you haven't, or Farbo Fabio, if you haven't learned anything about kanji yet, you can start at lesson 1 in the meanings and writing series, and by the time you get to this lesson 10, you'll be up
あ
to
りが
speed.
とうございます
But thanks for hanging out. And I'm glad to hear you're enjoying it anyway. All right,
Yeah.
jumping over to the quiz, we've got this one.
おこれはボーナスこれはボーナスのやつ
It's a bonus quiz. Ping pong.
すごい
Alex, that is correct. Tony, I'm sorry, that is not correct. Correct. Alex is in first place with Phantom Vizgod in second. That is correct. Digital horology in. you've got some. You need to hit the N button one more time to get it, but I'm going to give it to you there in third place. Come Japan Dan is correct in fourth place. Morbid Blessing, that is correct. Fifth place. Rosan, sixth. Andores, seventh. MMHSS, welcome to the stream. You are in eighth place. That is correctly. Good job. Tony is also there in 10th place. And Five Toed Sloth Bear gets there in 11th place.
はい
Very good job. All right. That
い
was
いよ
easy.
ね みんな見たことある？日本の500円。
500 yens? I like the 500 yens. They're pretty cool.
最近ね、リニューズしました。
Yeah, there's a new version of them now.
はい。
The middle is silver.
うん。
I don't know how I feel about the new ones. I think they're okay, though. All right, let's see what Yuki's got for us.
はい。
Oh, Montana Margot, that is correct.
いい
Not quite,
惜しい
not quite. You
惜
missed
しい
the 5. You missed the 5.
惜しい。はい。じゃじゃん。
I'll be right back.
みんな早いからな。はい、アンドレス1番、アレックス2番、ファイブトートスラスベア3番、ファントム・ウィズ・ゴード、4番、トニー5番、ローさん6番、MMHSS さん、7番、ディジタルホロロジーさん。惜しい惜しいmore N かな between say and ne かな惜しい Come to Japan さん8番 Morbid Blessing いいねカタカナいいですね9番、リーさんにOK、10番モンタナバーグ惜しい2000イエンがもうスタイリッシュになっていますモンタナマーゴのイエンがかな EN だけかなその日本語のローマ字タイピングは EN オンリーかなねデジタルホロディさんがYou guys are first と言っていますそうトニーさんありがとうございます EN か ENN ダブル N's かなが、How to type となっておりますありがとうモアビットブレッシングありがとうよし2000円みんないい調子で2000円をゲットこれ
Nice, nice.
うん
You guys are fast. Yes, you are. This channel is good at teaching us. I hope so. I'm glad to hear it.
みんなで How could you guys type so fast in Japanese と言っていますよヘンリー G さんが
They're typing using a Romaji keyboard. Regular American keyboard works perfectly fine. Just like this. This is all I use, just a regular one. And you just type using a Romaji.
うん
You just type, if you want to type A, you type A. If you want to type Sa, you type SA. If you want to type Yo, you type YO. And you can do that on any computer, Windows, Mac, probably Linux, whatever you want. You just have to install the keyboard.
はい
In Windows, it's called the IME. On Mac, you just go into your keyboard settings. On a cell phone, you just go into your keyboard settings, and you can install one easily. I feel like native speakers would be faster than us. Not necessarily. Probably, but not everyone. Just like Americans or people who type in English. Some people can type fast, some people cannot. All right. どうだった？次いける？
あ次いけます
はい。
私もちょっとイラストを描いているところ
いいね。I've got a lot of bonuses here. We'll go with this one. Rocket is what rocket is in Japanese. I did not see it. Andres. Hayai. Andres is in first place with Tony in second. Alex, super close. I think you just have a typo there. Tejas, welcome to the stream in third place.
Hi.
Coming to Japan Dan is in fourth place with MMHSS in fifth place. Digital Horology is in sixth place with Morbid Blessing in seventh. Alex, you got there in eighth place with Ro in ninth place. Five Toed Sloth Bear is in 10th place, I believe, and Digital Horology. Where's the last one wrong? I see you missed the in there. Okay.
惜し
I
い
did
みん
not
な
read to
惜
the
し
end.
い
But you got there. All right. Very good job.
みんな
Montana Margo, that
惜
is
しすぎる
correct. You're there in 11th place, I believe. Excellent job. All right. Let's go ahead and see what Yuki's picture is
は
going
い
to
い
be.
ますよ
じゃじゃん。誰わかる。ゆきち。
わかったのゆきちじゃないんだけど野口
野口か。It's the guy on which dollar, which yen bill?
お早いアレックスさん1番ファントム・ウィズ・ゴード2番アンドレス・ハーゲート 3番今まで読まなかったのにね、今読むわ。ローさん、4番ファイブトードスロースベア、惜しい惜しいてか、ファントムビスゴットもさ、
合ってるです。
本当はあれだ
I
ったね。
said it was okay to write kanji when we give the bonus ones.
2、3、4、5番、トニーさん、6番、カムトジャパン、7番、MMHSS さん、OK にするか。お、ちょっと優しすぎ
We want to write to the end of what it actually is. So not just the number. Not just the number. That is a coin, a type of coin.
そうか。
We want to write the whole thing out.
じゃあちょっとすいませんね、カウントしません。
Nice.
リーさん8番。
See you later, Fireball. Thanks for hanging out.
ありがとう。またね、ファビローさん。モンタナマーゴ9番、モアビートブレッシング10番、デジタルホロロジーさん、11番、カムトジャパンさん、ダイソーって言ってる。ダイソーね、最近ね、
300円が多いよね。
そうそう、300円多い。
300
円多い、ほんと。
And you always gotta pay tax, so 110円。
お、ヘンリー・ジーさん、12番。
いいね。
いいですね。
手じゃいいね。
I'm going to Japan in September, so I'm grinding kanji in Anki って言ってます。えらい。テジャスさんえらい。
I hope you have a great trip in September.
ね。
It's a good time of year to come.
そ
う。Okay.
はい。みんないい感じです。
We'll go with this one.
おー。これ結構うまいよね、私。
結構うまい。まあ、相変わらずうまい。
結構うまいよね。
うん。
Oh, 早い
Ping pong! Alex is in first with Andres in second. Come to Japan Den in third place. Tony is in fourth place with Ro in super close. 5 to 1, 2, 3, 4. Morbid Blessing is in fifth place with Phantom Vizgod in sixth. Super close, but not quite. 軽いやつ. So, 軽いやつ. Ro is in seventh place. There's some digital horology is in eighth place. There's some if you go to like shrines or temples in Japan every once in a while, you'll see like a tsubo, like a pot of water, a big pot of ceramic pot full of water. Montana Margot is in ninth place. Very good job. And there will be a bunch of 1 yens in the bottom of the pot, and you might wonder why that is. And that's because people try to float their 1 yen coins on the water. And you can 1 yen coins, if you put them down just right, they will float on the top of water. Eventually they slip down in. Sometimes there will be like a little target at the bottom of the pot, and you'll like float it, and after it floats it'll go down, and you want to like get it into like a little hole in the bottom. That can be fun. I think I have a picture of doing that somewhere.
ね。でもそれファンゲームですよね。
It is. It's good. All right, we'll go ahead and see what he's got for us, and I'll look for the picture.
じゃじゃん、またまたって感じだよね。
あら同じじゃねえか。
あ、今度はね、Just Numbers だからね。
Just the number ね。
お、すごい、カムトジャパンさん。カムトジャパンさん1番。アンドレス2番、アレックス3番、トニー4番、ファントムビズゴート5番、モアビットブレッシング6番、ローさん、7番、ファイブトルスロスベア8番、デジタルホロロジー、9番。いいですね。このローさんだけさ、ローというのがちょっとむずいんですけど、一文字ロ。
Alright, I've got a picture for you guys when you're done with that one.
お、カムトジャパンさんおめでとうございます。初めての1番。みんなも頑張って1番取っていきたいと思います。モンタナマーゴ10番。いいね。いい感じです。
Alright. Popping over to my screen, we've got this temple here, or this shrine, right? And there's my my floating coin. I floated it.
Nice.
So these 1 yen coins will float on top of water. Pretty wild, eh? And you can see all the ones down at the bottom. That people have. Someone tried to float a 10 yen. I don't know what they were going for there. There's a 5 yen in there too. That is not going to float. That's going to go right down to the bottom of the pond. I think some people didn't quite understand what the goal of this game was. And they didn't get it in there. Oh, there's a horse.
かわいい
かわいい
ルーチェ。
Luce. Anyway, there was horses at that shrine. Okay, so that is not the one for this question. We want to go with this one. I got to see swans at a temple. They were very pretty. Nice. It's so weird. I see about 4 or 5 people coming up with answers before Yuki puts the card down on screen. You might need to turn up you might want to hit the live button. If you touch your screen there, it'll say live in the bottom left of the video. You want to touch that. And then at the top of the screen, there's a little, when you touch the video, there's a little cog. Turn playback speed on to 3 times or whatever you can, and that'll speed up the stream and get you caught up to space. You're probably a little bit behind. I don't know if that's due to the internet or if it's just because at some point it fell behind. I don't know. It happens. It happened to me too.
みんなもう超正解してる。
As I was answering that comment, there's like 50 answers already. Useless facts in my head. Andres is in... not quite. I'm sorry, Andres. There's a little typo there. Come Japan Dan is in first with Tony in second, Alex in third, Ro in fourth, Tejas in fifth, Phantom Vizgod in sixth, Five Toes Loft Bear in seventh, Digital Horology. Not quite. I'm sorry, that is not 10,000. It's just 1,000. Morbid Blessing also not quite. There you go. Lee-san is in 8th place with Morbid Blessing in 9th place. Andres got there in 10th place. Come Japan Dan says, Atsumori no 水族館の値段。そうですね。3000円。合ってるね。Oh, yeah, that's right. 3000
円。
3000. Yeah, that's how you say it, right? 3000円 is what it sounds like. Indeed.
ね。
But the full length of it is there. 3000円。ね. So, yeah takes up all of S space. All right, very good job. Let's check out what Yuki's got for us.
じゃじゃん。これみんなねちょっと結構タイプしてるんで気をつけてください。
Trying to work this keyboard. It takes some time. Montana Margo, that is correct. You got there in 11th.
いいね。はい。アンドレスナイス1番、アレックス2番、テジャス3番、リージェントかな。ようこそ。4番。ローさん5番、モービットブレッシング6番、トニーさん、7番、カムトゥジャパン8番、ファイブトートスロースベア、9番、デジタルホロロジー10番、ファントム・ウィズ・ゴッドが、11番。
Traveling solo, that is correct for the last one. You got 12th place for that one.
いいですね。リーさん、12番。カムトジャパンダンが円安で。円安で。はい、トラベリングソロさん、13番、いいですね。
Good job, good job. All right, we've got another bonus coming for you. You might have seen this in the picture that I just showed you a moment ago.
おちょっとこれ頑張ったんですけど。
結構いいね。
結構いいよね。
By the way, this would look bronze or gold. That would be the color of it.
そう、ここにね、ホールがあります。この。
早い。Alex says, well, I'm not going to say what he says because that would give it away. But that is correct. Alex is in first place with Regent in second place. Andres in third place. Ro, に合ってるよね。
合ってるよ。
Ro in fourth place. Come Japan Dan is in fifth with Tejas in sixth. Phantom Vizgod in seventh. Tony is in 8th place. Morbid Blessing in 9th place. Morbid Blessing in 9th place still. Very good job. Digital Horology gets 10th place with Lee in 11th place. Montana Margo says I did the live in 2 speed, and some are still coming up with the answer before I see Yuki put the card down, but not with Andy? Interesting. I don't know.
アンディは超早いってことかな。
Five Toes Loft Bear, I believe, is in 12th place or 11th place. I can't remember. And Montana Margo is in 12th or 13th. One or the other. Let's see. Alex, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12th place for Five Toes Loft Bear, 13th place for Montana Margo, and Traveling Solo gets there as well in 14th place. Excellent job. そういえば、来年10月上旬に3人の友達と一緒に日本に旅行に行く予定です。
はい、いいですね。
楽しそう。
いいね。10月いいね。果物が楽しめるね。
October's a good month to come as well.
ね。
Let's see what Yuki's got for us.
はい。では私もこのボーナスでいきたいと思います。ボーナスはちょっと難しいやつかもしれないこれ。
そうかな。This one also has a hole in the middle.
そう。あ、早い。 スさん早いけど惜しい。
Not quite.
リージェント1番ナイス、アレックス2番トニー3番ローさん4番、ファントム・ウィズ・ゴッド、5番だよね。
Mm.
5番ね。
はい
アンドレス6番モービッド・ブレッシング7番デジタルホロロジー惜しいよ。5トールスロースベア8番リー9番合ってるね、
Mm-hmm.
合ってるよね。
合ってますよ。
はい、いいね。モンタナマーゴ10番カムトゥジャパン11番ですね。いいですね。このみんなフレックスなところどうもご対応いただきありがとうございます。
Looks like we got a thunderstorm coming.
雷鳴ってきた。
Usually the power doesn't go out here in Japan for thunderstorms, but you never know. So if we disappear, that's what happened. Let's see which one we've got next.
はい。
Regular word for us.
おーモービッド・ブレッシング I love thunderstorms って言ってるよ。
I don't mind them either. Tejas is in first, I believe. First place. Yep. Alex is in second place with
Hi.
Regent in third place. Andres is in fourth place. Kamen Japan Dan in fifth place. Do in sixth place. Tony in seventh place. Morbid Blessing in eighth. Five Toes Sloth there is in ninth. And Phantom Vizgod is in 10th place. That was pretty fast.
いいですね。惜しい。
Elliot, that is correct. In 11th place. Digital Horology. Super close, but not quite. You want to hit that
Double N だよね。
the N twice. You want to make sure you hit that twice. I'm sure you hit N once and then typed E for N. But very close. Come to Japan, Dan.
あ、
Good
そ
luck.
うなんだ。
Have a good afternoon.
ねえ。来てくれてありがとうございます。いつもお疲れ様です。
はい。
お、テジオさん、1番おめでとう
やっと
ござい
一番おめでとうござ
ます。
います。
これ次私のラストワンですけど。
Now, this is the last one for Yuki. I've got one more.
お、はい、わかり
Hey,
ました。
let's see.
いきますよ。じゃん。
お、いいね。
いいよね。
Digital
Hi.
Horology got there in the end.
テ
Everybody
ジオ
12th place.
さん。
Nice.
1番アンドレス2番エリオット3番アレックス4番トニーさん惜しい。ローさんも飛ばしまして、リージェント5番デジタルホロロジーさんは Thank you と言ってるけどどれかな。リーさん6番トニーさん7番モービットブレッシング8番5トールスロスベア9番モンタナマーゴ10番デジタルホロロジーさんが11番です。いいですね。
Excellent job. All right. I remember how
No,
slow we
Kanji.
were at answering during the Pokemon style video game you were playing. Look at us now. Kicking butt. All right.
はい。
Oh, yeah. I remember that game. That was fun. The next one is me. This is the final question for today.
Hi.
It is a bonus one.
あ、ボーナスなんだ
It。should be easy.
Should be easy? おーかわいいリボンついてる。早い。テジャスさん早い。
Tejas is in first place with Andres in second, Alex in third, Tony in fourth, Elliot in fifth, Phantom Vizgod in sixth, Do in seventh, Morbid Blessing in eighth, Lee in ninth, Regent in 10th, Five Toes Sloth Bear gets there in 11th with Montana Margo in 12th. That was a super fast 12 answers.
ねえ。
Excellent job.
ちなみに10円は銅だよね。まあ、supposed to be
10 is supposed to be made out of
Mm.
copper. That is correct. I don't know if they still are, though.
ねえ。
There might be a little bit in there. Probably not much. Just like penny. Well, pennies are all made out of copper, I think.
今
Partially.
も
Just plated. I think they're copper plated.
おー
Digital Horology gets there in 13th place. Excellent job. Onyomi
カタカナ。
katakana だよね。
あ、なるほどね。辞書にそうやって書いてあるんですけど、テストの時はカタカナじゃない方がいいと思います。
In dictionaries, the reading for kanji is written as katakana,
うん。
but on tests, you'll generally write in hiragana. Or like in tests and like practice books, you'll generally write furigana as hiragana.
うんうん。
And all furigana is also written as hiragana. It's amazing how fast we have gotten since a year ago. Really, for real. You guys can read so much more than you could a year ago. It's awesome.
ね
I think we've done over 100 words that you can now read
本当だよ
with just the kanji.
この
And
また
probably
カ
write
ー
as
ド
well.
またカードの山が、
ね。
ね、前回も
There's
カードの
so many
さ
cards in
山
here,
す
it's
ごかっ
wild. It's much, much more this
たいい
time.
感じだよ
Next week is going to be lesson 11.
はい
That's already available on the website for those of you who are members there. Lesson 12 we're going to start working on. I'm going to record in the next couple days.
うんうんうん
And that will hopefully be up within a week. A week
も
or
う
a little bit more maybe.
来週のやつも選ぶ、
ね
あ、来週じゃない再来週のやつだわもう
Arigatou gozaimasu, digital
はい
horology.
ありがとうござ
I
い
can read a
ま
few
す
kanji, but I can't write any hiragana, katakana, or kanji. All right, well, you'll get there. Or not. Some people will prefer not to do that. But anyway, hope you had a good time today, guys.
ね
I did,
めっちゃいっぱいある
despite all the technical difficulties at the beginning and the whiteboard difficulties for Yuki.
はいそうすいま
Lots of
せ
little
ん
difficulties.
ホワイトボードディフィカルティはunexpected でした
Indeed. Well, so were the technical difficulties. Yeah, I don't
ね
think I'll learn how to write them since I can just type them. Fair enough. Fight yourself there. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you for hanging out with us today. I hope that you learned a little something and that you got some practice in as well.
ねありがとうございます
Arigatou, Elliot-san. 気をつけてお疲れ様でした。
はい。
Arigatou, Alex-san.
み
Yeah,
ん
we
な
gotta,
もあ
gotta
そうだ
watch-
味噌マヨ作ってね
gotta close some windows. Probably, if this storm actually
そう
hits.
だね
All right, guys, thank you for hanging out.
は
I
い
think we'll see you next week for the Lesson 11 premiere and in 2 weeks for the live stream. For measurable impact. Thank you very much,
何そ
Morbid
れ
Blessing.
もう
Appreciate
モービッ
that.
ドブレッシングありがとうあ
ありがとうございます。
りがとうございます
Appreciate that.
本当
It's very kind of you. Thank you so much.
ありが
Everyone,
とうございます
hit the like button for Morbid Blessings. Super chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
ね
That will go to fixing Yuki's whiteboard.
はいちょっとね、
ありがとうございます。
あれだよねニューイレーサーをやっぱり買った方がいい
ありま
かな
す。あります。But it's at the other place.
はいちょっと
We'll get
新しいや
that
つねはい
はい。
ありがとうございます
Thank you so much, everyone. And make sure to hit the like button on the video as well. That really helps get these out
Hi.
to people who might find the live streams interesting. I'm not sure how fun these are to watch on repeat. Or not on repeat. You can watch them on repeat, but on the replay. But for those of you who made it this far on the replay, thanks for hanging out. All right. Have a great week, everyone. And I think there's going to be new videos this week. There may be some 1 or 2.
One
least
or
one.
two?
I think just 1. I'm not sure. At least 1 new video this week. So look forward to that. It's a short one with a longer one coming in following weeks and then another shorter one. Lots coming out
は
soon.
い
So we hope to see you there.
頑張っていますんでね、
はい、
ぜ
頑張ってます。
ひぜひ出したいと思います
はい。
はい
じゃあそれではまた next time.
はいみんな暑いからね体に気をつけてください
はい、せーの。ま
また
た次のビデオで会いましょうね。はい、thanks everyone. また会いましょう。
バイバイありがとうございました
バイバイ。Next time.